G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Another day, another Trident Maple ready for a bit of a trim. Again, this doesn't take long for Tridents to really push out growth in spring. They kind of explode, as you can see, lots of foliage everywhere. This tree, I think I've shown you the repotting of this tree previously. You can see time to remove some weeds that I've been lacking in terms of being very vigilant. There's lots of weeds, so just pulling them off. But let's have a look at how the tree's going. Lots of shoots that have just gone everywhere, so that's good. Healthy tree. Lots of beautiful small foliage inside here, and then you got lots of big long shoots. Now really it's going to come down to how am I going to design this tree. Now it's already been grown as a single trunk, which is always not the most ideal for a deciduous tree. It looks good. It is what it is, as they say, but I have to think about can I make this more into a deciduous tree, like a deciduous looking tree with multiple trunks and a bit more natural deciduous tree looking. That's my aim. However, it's a bit of a tough task, I think, but we're going to give it a go. A couple of the areas I want to look at is probably trying to not let these branches go down. I want to try and grow them back upwards like a fan shape. So you can see how these bits are quite going in that direction. However, they're getting a bit long. I don't want to be wiring them down. I just want them to keep going in that direction. So maybe that's one thing. It would so for me that would just mean this area he just needs to be slightly trimmed back, and I want to try and push the growth back upwards. So if I let that grow too long, it will just fatten up the top too quickly. The branch will fatten up too quickly. But let's grow it slowly, and let's grow it up back in that direction. The main problem is lower down. How do we get a branch that goes up, in that direction? Now I have seen I've put some wire on this in winter, so it's good to see that I was trying to think about those things. I've tried to wire this out to make it a bit more of a longer first branch, giving that look, and then how do we build this up? So that's the tricky bit. There's nothing in there that tells me I can do that down here, but there's some good branches in here that we can just try and maneuver and put into that area. Yeah, so it's pretty much, you've seen me trim up my tridents before. It's just a matter of selecting which ones I want to continue. So some of these ones are really good, so I might not touch some of these guys. For example, this one, see how it's going upwards? If I can just put that down into there, it'll grow out this nice bigger area. Yeah, it would have been nice if I had a shoot from internal here that was a bit longer. Maybe then I can grow another trunk. Yeah, so first thing is I'll go up. I don't want to be wiring anything up here. I'm going to check that I haven't got wire up there. No, I haven't. So I'm just going to come back and trim some of these guys back a little. I don't want to trim them too much. The reason I have to trim them is I don't want them to get to this area to get too thick. So, but I want the branches to keep going in that direction. So I'm hoping they'll continue going in that direction, but they won't fatten up the branch as much. I try and leave that leaf. Hopefully the bud will go back that way. If you leave, hopefully I want a bud to go up that way. So the back here has got a lot of growth, so I might have to trim that back a little bit more. So in this area it looks good. So these are nice. They're going in the right direction. I just don't want them to get too fat, so I'll come back a little. Eventually they'll get shorter and shorter because the internodes, I don't want very wide internodes. I don't know if you can see, but some of these branches are now more angled this way, which is where I want to go. The top needs a bit more work, more branches going more in a fan shape out this way. But yeah, I think we can slowly get this into a more deciduous looking tree. But it will take a bit of time. Now let's see what I can do down here. There's a nice one at the back here. So see this guy here, hopefully you can see that in the camera. I think that's good. I might leave him there in that direction and leave the branch because I want that to try and grow. Maybe we can get another trunk there. Some of these guys aren't the best, so some of these guys are a bit more down, which isn't the best. I want them to go back upwards. And in here, there's another one here. So I'm going to try and maneuver that up. Maybe we can grow that another trunk. That one's not there. So I'm going to leave that, totally leave that. I want to try and grow a trunk. So just have to be mindful there. There's some wire on it. So I just got to check it's not cutting in. Looks okay. So around here now we're looking around here. So you can see a nice bit of foliage developing now. I would like to try and just leave those and see what happens when they grow. I just want to try and get them growing. And we might be able to develop a nice bigger side here, more because there's actually quite a nice branch in here. Probably hard to show you, but there's a nice fat branch in here that can grow like another trunk. So that's why I want to try and leave maybe all this area here. This one is a bit so I might wire that one up a bit more. I want it to go a bit more upper, so I'm just gonna trim it back so it doesn't get too long. But you can see I'm trying to develop upwards growth, and I'm going to leave this area here because I want to see what happens and how that can develop. Maybe not the back one, and there's one that goes back on itself, so I'll get rid of him. When a branch goes back in on itself, but I don't want to keep that. I want branches that go outwards and upwards. So look for those as well. Now we get into this area. This is the area where I think we can maybe do some, again, the same similar strategy here and try and develop. So unfortunately this one is right in front of your face, so I don't really want something in front of my face. So I'm going to remove those. I'm going to remove him. But these guys, I want to see if I can, maybe we can use them somehow. It needs to be a bit thicker for a wire. They're a bit too thin to wire. Yeah, this area could work and become more deciduous, more of a, breaking the mold. So yeah, not too much trimming. So you got to be thinking about what you're going to trim. So the areas I wanted to trim was keep the top shorter and keep the direction of the branches going up. Lower down, I want to develop some bigger branches. Now, if I wanted to keep this as a triangle, like a pine, it's very different. I'll be just cutting back pretty much everything. But I'm trying to disrupt this tree and change its appearance, and that's what I'm thinking of doing. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to think, how can I disrupt this tree and get it more deciduous looking? So you got to have more branches. Trying to get branches to go more, trying to go more trunks, I think is important. Nice trunk here that we want to try and develop. I want to try and get some work around here to develop something up here and outwards. So I'm trying to go out and up as well. And up here I'm trying to get the fan shape. So I think we could resolve this in a few years' time, but it takes a bit of work, it takes a bit of time, takes a bit of patience, of course. So yeah, this tree is very healthy. It's got very nice. The good thing with this tree, it's actually got very small leaves. It's actually quite nice and small leaves, so it's really good. Once we get to that ramification stage, I think it will really go well. But I've got to disrupt this tree and get it back into a more deciduous looking tree. So maybe people don't agree with me, but I have left these on so I can try and change the look of the tree. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here. So try and remember to remove your weeds when you're actually got a chance. In spring here, we've had a pretty wet spring, in Melbourne, which is interesting. Haven't had many hot days yet, but I think that's coming. Obviously, summer's coming. So trees are growing very strong, very healthy. But yeah, that's just wanted to show you a bit of this tree. And you've seen me repot this tree as well. So very healthy, very strong growing. It's kicked on really well. No problems with tridents here in Melbourne. But yeah, just thinking, always look at the tree, think what areas you want to trim back. What are you trying to achieve with the tree? Not just today, but in 5 years' time. Where do you want to see this tree in 5 years' time? I ultimately want to see much bigger area here, expand, much bigger area here, and a nice big top. So trying to get back to a deciduous looking tree rather than the pine looking tree. So that's ultimately what you'll see. So just try and imagine a nice bigger piece of bigger trunk out here, then there's a nice big canopy around here and another big one out over here. So trying to disrupt, that's what I'm trying to get to, and that might fix the look of this tree back into a more natural style. Anyway guys, that's one tree done. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to try and keep some of these videos a bit shorter while I choke, just so you can see individual trees rather than multiple trees. It gets a bit confusing, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll go get some water and hope you guys can subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and see you next time. Bye.